Hello grade 10s and grade 11s, welcome back to the new year. This is a new video and the first mathematics video for the year, so this is specifically for you guys, grade 11s and grade 12s. So we'll be doing the quadratic equation for the grade 12s. This is not new, but for the grade 11s this is new. Welcome guys, and I'm going to be showing you how to use this formula and pass yourself for x, where a quadratic formula is involved always. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. So this is a formula that we call the quadratic equation formula. Okay, so we're going to use this formula to substitute this quadratic equation. So we have a negative b plus or minus, we have the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So a is the first term, b is the second term, and c is the third term. Remember, with algebraic expressions, terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So as you can see here, we have different terms. This is term 1, term 2, and term 3. So whenever we have a addition or multiplication, that separates the terms. But when we are dividing and multiplying, it's one term. So remember that. We have number 1 here, number 2, and term 3. So we have to solve for x. When we have a quadratic equation, grade 11s, just know that we need two x values. You did this in grade 10, so you're quite familiar with it. And how we used to do it before using this one is that you can find the values that when you multiply these values together, they give you 15. And then when you add them, they will give you 2. In your calculator, when you say 5 times 3, that will give you a 15, but it's not negative. So let's do a negative 5. Negative 5 times 3 gives us a negative 15. So negative 5 times 3 gives us a negative 15. Now let's see when we add them. When we say negative 5 plus 3, that gives us a negative 2. And here we have a positive 2. So this negative, this 5 being negative does not work for us. Let's say 5 plus negative 3. This gives us a positive 2. So when we say 5, which we need a positive 2 there, when we say 5 times a negative 2, a negative 3 gives us a negative 15. Okay, so it means we're gonna open two brackets like this. We'll have this x. When you multiply together, they will give you this x plus x. X times x is x. So the bases are the same. You add the exponents. That's what happened. So that's why we have x to the power of 2 when we multiply two x's together. Remember exponential rules. So what's going to happen here is that we're going to have a negative 3 plus 5. Okay, when we say negative 3 also plus 5, it gives us like that. Though this is equals to 0. And then we can say x minus 3 equals to 0. And then here we have x plus 5 equals to 0. So x equals to 3. We take this 3 this other side. It was negative. When we take it, the other side is now positive. And then 5 plus x, we have x equals to negative 5. So the 5 goes the other way around. Now let me show you, if you don't know how to find this two factors of 15, where they multiply, they give you 15, and when you add them, they give you 2. Let me show you what you can do as well. you can use this quadratic formula, but you will not, it's just a hack, you will not do it here. In grade 12, question 1.1.1 will always be done the way I just did. We factorize like that. So let's say you don't know how to find this thing, but you have this formula. Remember, don't write this step on your book. This is just a step that you're going to do by yourself. So we substitute. This is b, and then we have plus or minus here, and then we say 2 squared. We can substitute, we can put it in brackets because you're substituting. 4, whenever you're substituting, put whatever you're substituting inside the brackets. So here it is nothing, it's just x, which means it's 1 x squared, and then negative 15, and then we're going to have that over 2 1. We have substituted. The 2 stands for this one. If it was negative, we're going to say negative 2 inside the brackets, but it's not. So going to the calculator, you need to have this on your calculator. You say negative 2, you start with addition, plus root 2 squared minus 4 into 1 minus 15 into 2 into 1. And then the answer you get there is 3. Okay, so you're just going to say x equals to 3. And then you don't do anything, you just go to this plus here where we have plus or minus and make it a minus, and then you have negative 5. So you will say x equals to negative 5. And then you will open your 2 brackets. This step you don't write, remember. And then you'll have your x here. Your x here is negative, is positive here, so which means it was negative there. This one is negative, which means it was positive there. So this is how you factorize. Now we're going to look at this one. I'm going to use the very same thing because we have a 2 here. I'm in grade 11, I'm in grade 12. I don't want to stress myself. I'm not in grade 10 where I'll just follow the long method. We're not even going to get to that for grade 11s and grade 12s. So I will just substitute. It's a negative into negative 7 plus or minus into that formula. Remember, you don't include this formula first. I'll tell you when to include it. It's 7 squared minus 4 into 2 negative 15 over 2 into 2. So I have substituted like that. I'm going to put everything inside the calculator. So we have to negative into negative 7, negative into negative 7 plus, let's close this bracket, plus root negative 7 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 15 into 2 times 2. So we get 5. And then we'll just say x equals to 5. Remember, start with addition first, and then we'll say this, and then x equals to 3 over 2. That is negative, x is equals to negative 3 over 2. So meaning you're going to have 2 brackets. In these brackets, you're going to have x is positive, so it was negative here. And then we're going to have 2x, so that when you say this x, 1x minus 2x, that will give you, when you say x, 1x times 2x, you will say this one here will multiply this 2. 1 times 2 is 2. And then x times x, the bases are the same. You add the exponents. So this one plus this one, they're going to make 2. Okay? So we don't have to involve that. 1 minus. So here you will have, it's minus, so you have plus 3. Because what happened on this one is that we had, let me just say, it was 2x plus 3 equals to 0. Then 2x equals to 3. We're solving for x, so we divide both sides by 2. We still have x. These 2's will cancel, though this is negative, sorry. So that is negative 3 over 2. That is how you do it. All right, so we are now here. You can find the factors of 24 that when you multiply them, they'll give you negative 24, or when you add them, they will give you a 2. I'm still going to use the quadratic equation to find those factors because I can. So that will be negative into negative 2 plus negative 2 squared minus 4 into 1 negative 24. So I'm just teaching you how to pass easy. Okay, if you're in grade 12, you should be getting total on this type of question. You need them. So here we say x equals to 6, and then x equals to what? Let's put minus here so that x equals to negative 4. So again, negative 4. We're going to open our 2 brackets. You see here I didn't write that formula. Now I think we know it. So we'll have x here as usual, x there, and then here we'll have negative 6, and then here we'll have plus 4. It's positive here, so in the brackets it's negative. And then how did we get that? X minus 6 equals to 0, guys. Then x equals to 6. We take this 6 to the other side. It was negative, it becomes positive. And now we are here. We have to solve for x. We say here this x will multiply the whole bracket. So we say 1x multiplied by 3x plus 1x multiplied by 5. 1 times 3, we have 3. X times x, we have x. This x is 1. This one is 1. Okay, plus 1 times 5, it's 5. And then you just take x as it is. So we have 3x squared plus 5x. You see, that is how we do it. I made a mistake here. So this is equals to 1. Okay, and then here we'll say this one was positive. So when it comes to side, it will be negative. And then this is where we are right now. So I will also use the quadratic formula. So I will say negative 5, this b is positive, plus 5 squared minus 3 is the first one, minus 4, sorry, into 3, and then this negative 1, and then there's 2 into 3 at the bottom. Whenever you have something like this, when you try to make use of this formula, just know that in this example you are not factorizing. Okay, so I've shown you how to get here. We'll write it as 3x squared minus 5x minus 1 equals to 0. So there's nothing we can do here. You have to write the formula like this. Yeah, b squared minus 4ac. When we get this type of answer, know that you just go straight to the formula and include the formula in your answer. Then we're going to substitute it in negative 5 plus or minus 5 squared minus 4 into 3 into negative 1, 2 into 3. Okay, so here we're just going to press this button, and then you will get x is equals to 0.18, and x is equals to, when you subtract here, you will see that x is equals to negative 1.8. This is it has to be 2 decimal place, so negative is 4. After 4 there's 7. So whenever after the second one there's 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, this number remains the same. But if you have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 after this second decimal place, then we need to take it up. So it's 1,85 for x. We are almost there. I'm still going to use a formula. So negative b plus or minus. Just that I know that this one uses a formula straight up. So we're gonna have negative into negative 3 plus or minus negative 3 squared minus 4 into 2 into negative 3. And then all of this 2 into 2. X equals to, I've done this before, so I know that it is a decimal already. That's negative and negative 3 plus negative 3 squared minus 4 into 2 and into negative 3 and 2 into 2 at the bottom. You see this light is too bright. And then x is equals to 2.19, and then when we add here, when we add the negative sign, negative 0.69. That is negative 0.69. we round it off. So when you have something like this, guys, we're going to look for the common factor. Common factor is what do we find here that we still find here? It's x, so it will go outside. And then what do we have to multiply this x by to get this x squared by x? Minus what do we have to multiply this x by to get 6x by 6 equals to 0. So how you take that? X equals to 0, and then x minus 6 equals to 0, so x equals to 6. So these are the two x values, x equals to 6 and x equals to 0. This is how you do this type of question. Or you can still go here in this our beloved quadratic formula, and say negative 6 as b. Yeah, we can start with let's start with the plus and not switch things around now. This is 1 and the c is 0. We don't have any c. So you see x equals to positive 6, and when we put on a minus, x equals to 0. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. On our next video, I will have inequalities.